Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I wanted to jump on to a quick training on recruiting. I know we're a younger team and a lot of you are really eager to get your, build your downline, and I'm so excited for that. I wanted to give you a few tips on recruiting. So number one, if you're just getting, I was getting a call. I know we have some newer people on the team, and that is a great opportunity to get a new recruit or two. So as soon as I started this, I was like, who do I want on my team? I'm like, hey, guess what? Go to some of your girlfriends or your sister or someone. Everyone loves lipstick, you guys. Like, seriously, when you get started, it's so much easier sometimes in a sense to get recruits. You don't have to be like, join our team, we're making millions, blah, blah, blah. Just be like, oh my gosh, I came across this stuff called LipSense. It's so cool. I think I'm actually going to be a distributor. You should totally do it with me. It'd be so much fun. It's like starting a new diet together. It's only $55 to start up. No minimum fees. No more monthly fees. Like blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have to get him. Sorry. I thought he was going to take a nap, but he's not taking a nap. Okay. Hopefully he's like just on the verge of sleeping. Sorry. Okay. So right out of the gate, if you sign a friend up with you, you guys, it is so much fun. I signed up one of my friends with me. She's killing it. Her name's Kimberly Pack. You guys all know her. She's amazing. I'm going to invite her. And it's been like we seriously motivate each other, and we talk every day. We bounce ideas off of each other. We have fun. We like GIF ourselves. We GIF our way through success. So get a friend. Be like, do this with me. It's $55. I'll pay your $55 fee. Like, seriously, it's refundable. We'll do a flip party. It'll be so easy. So that's number one. That was actually a little like bonus. So number one, on like a serious note of recruiting, like seriously for newer people, that works. Like, get a friend on board with you. It'll be so much more fun if you do. So a couple things you need to keep in mind when you're recruiting I'm trying to think how I want to structure this. I'll do it at the bottom. I'm just taking a note here so I don't forget. Okay, so number one, this is a very underutilized tool in business. I was reading a business book the other day and it said the number one underutilized tool in business today is sharing your story, okay? Can you guys hear me? Amanda, can you hear me? Hopefully, Nicole, I hope you guys, thanks for jumping on. I hope you guys can hear me. So you need to share your story, and I know how difficult that can be. Hey Brenda, thanks for jumping on. Because especially in the social media direct sales world, there's so many people that are doing it wrong. And they have good hearts, but they're just doing it in a very salesy way. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about sharing your story. I'm a big believer in posting to your main page, not even necessarily about LipSense, but at least posting once a day. Something about you or your family or your faith or your fur baby or like whatever you're into to your main page. Just because it keeps people remembering that you're there, okay? But people like to connect with a story, you guys. I've had people sign under me that are amazing and could have signed under a way more successful distributor, but I think the reason they chose me is because I've been sharing my story for so long. I honestly think that it's almost selfish not to share your story because like a lot of people want to know what you're doing, how you're doing, why you're doing it. And I know it's hard to be transparent, and I know it's hard to share like certain things. I'm like, I don't want to share this, and then I share it. And then someone will message me and be like, oh my gosh, seriously, I cannot believe you said that. I've been feeling the same way. Thank you for, reaching out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying you guys have to post that stuff. I'm not saying you have to be like all dramatic or share your feelings, but just share your story. If you had a great launch, if you had a semi-great launch, if you made over $100 even at your launch, share that in the group. Be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I can't believe I had over $100 in sales. And like, it was so amazing just to get this little startup business that I wanted as a part-time job. Like, the more you share, it's going to keep your clients connected to you. And the more you share in a real way, it's going to keep them connected to you. It's going to keep them wanting to come with you. And it's going to keep people signing with you, okay? So you need to be sharing your story. And here's another thing. I know like a lot of people are like, I don't want to talk about my business on my personal page, okay? So here's the way social media works. Social media is like a party, right? You can go to a party and hang out with all your friends. And if they ask, most of them will ask, or sometime it'll come up like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a LipSense distributor. You haven't heard of LipSense? This is what LipSense is. And you go on with your your, party. And that's perfectly acceptable. It's not offensive. It's not rude. It's not pushy. What is pushy is walking to a party and being like, I'm here, I sell LipSense, you all should buy it, and while you're at it, you should join my team, and LipSense is the best, we're all gonna be millionaires together, and like you can hit these cool goals, you can build like this whole team and have this community and this great culture, and it's like so much fun, like we're all gonna do it together. That is annoying, and that's what people don't like. So you need to think of social media as a party. It's okay, like LipSense is now part of your life. Being a Senegence distributor is now part of your life, whether it's a big part or a small part is up to you. But sharing part of your life with the people that care about you is not, like, bad. It's not, I don't recommend, like, posting, product pictures and stuff like that to your main page. I think, personally, that is a little bit salesy. I don't do that. I rarely do that. I'll do it on my business page, not on my personal page. But you need to be sharing your story. People are going to connect to you and they're going to come back to you. That's how I've built a huge following, is by sharing my story. It's not about selling. It was not about selling anything. It's about sharing real things coming from a real mom who has struggles, who isn't perfect, and just sharing that and be willing for people to reach out to her and being approachable, okay? Number 2, actually approachable would be a number. I should have put that on here. You need to be approachable or nobody's going to join your team. Sorry, I'm getting cold. Number 2, you guys, I cannot stress this enough. This is what has made Team Kiss and Tell explode. Are you ready for it? It's a secret that not a lot of distributors are doing, not a lot of distributors are marketing, and a lot of distributors are missing the boat by not doing this. I cannot stress to you how big of a selling point it is that it's only $55 to sign up, and there's no monthly auto ship, and there's no monthly minimum required. Like, seriously, that is amazing. It is annoying. Most people do not. I'm like screaming. I'm gonna wake up my kids, and then my life is gonna be over because they've been all over me all day. They like just went down. So I have to talk quiet. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I see no comments. So if you guys are commenting and I'm not listening, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's because my phone sucks. Swipe left to reveal comments. There are no comments. Okay. So you guys, that's all I tell people. They're like, oh, how do I sign up? Actually, I'll move on to that next. But stress that that's not dishonest. There are no monthly fees. There are no monthly minimums. Yes, I do think that it is best to order 300 PV a month because that's going to push your business forward, but you do not have to. If you're having a bad month and you can't do it or you haven't been selling product, no problem. That is huge. People don't like being tied into a contract where they have to order a certain amount every month and they have to make goals and they have to make quotas, okay? So stress that. Be like, it's $55, sign up. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to plan you a flip party. I have a group called Quick Start Program or Flip Party Quick Start Program. Like, literally, for the distributors who want to get started and don't want to put any money into it, which is totally fine, I put them in that group. I have a one-on-one. We plan out their flip party, and they pretty much run it on their own. And like 9 times out of 10, they will sell the full 300 PV, like in the first party. It might trickle in for like a week. And even if they don't have those sales, they at least will have, what was I going to say? Like a significant amount of sales to put towards that 300 PV, okay? So stress that to them. Number 3, this is huge, and you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with this, okay? Because I like to talk, and I'm not the best listener. I'm trying to be a better listener, but I'm not the best listener. But let them ask the questions. So here's how it goes down. I'm gonna give you a few examples, like, so you can know, like, real life, what I say, what they say, how I respond, okay? They're like, I was messaging someone the other day. I said, hey, I just want to check in and see how you like your following up with your clients is where I get a ton of my distributors, you guys. Hey, Ania. Her name's Ania. She's Polish. And seriously, pray. I want her on our team so bad. She's amazing. She would kill it. I'm like, hey, Ania, how are you? Just checking in to see how you're doing. How's the little baby? And I was wondering if you like your color. I'm so excited to hear about it. She should be back. I absolutely love my color. I'm not even a lipstick person, but I love this color. I've been wearing it all day. I just want something a little less bold for like an everyday look. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so excited you like it. I love it too. Isn't it crazy that it doesn't come off? I'm glad your little one's sleeping good, yada, yada, yada. Then I sent her a few things and she says, actually, I'm thinking about selling this. I'm like, yes. I'm like, calm down. Like my first thing, you guys, when she's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about distributing. Literally, I want to be like, oh my gosh, join our team, sign up now. We're going to be at seminar. We're going to be car qualified. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like that's what literally, you guys, that's what I do on the inside. When someone says they're thinking about signing, I have to take a step back and breathe. And I'm like, trying to play it cool, which is horrible because I'm like the least cool person in the whole world. I'm like, really? That's so awesome. I'm like, that's so awesome to hear. Like, you'd be so great at this, and it's really easy to sell because it just sells itself. And then this is what I always say. I make myself say this. If not, I will Kermit, and by Kermit, I mean like freak out about how excited I am, okay? So I'm like, I'll be like, okay, so why don't you, I'll be like, okay, so you've been watching my journey. My team's really taken off, or I usually say our team because I don't want to sound like super possessive, but like our team's super taking off. And I could literally talk about it all day because it's so much fun, but I don't want to bore you and I want to be respectful of your time. So why don't you tell me what your top questions are? Then you can assess where you need to come from. And here's a couple reasons why I do that. Number one, if you start blabbering on about stuff, first of all, they're going to get overwhelmed because it's hard to see what's going on when you're not in it, right? First, number two, if you start addressing like, objections before they've even made them. Like for me, a huge objection was I don't want to have to mail stuff out. Like I thought that was going to be the worst. But if somebody comes to you and you're like, oh, it's so much fun. It's so awesome. Like I sell so much stuff and like mailing isn't that bad. Like I thought it was going to be bad, but it's really not that bad. I actually like, it's kind of a pain, but it's like, I like it. Then they're like, whoa, red flag. She doesn't like mailing stuff out. Maybe I don't want to do this because like, don't put those objections in their mind. Okay. Take a step back. Breathe. Say, okay, what are your top questions? And do it in a way like don't shoot the breeze with them. Like, yes, like ask it, how are the kids, blah, blah, blah. Don't be like, oh yeah, the other day, like my husband said this and then, blah, blah, blah. I know how rough mom life is. Oh yeah, like let's talk about being a distributor. Oh, and then get off topic. Like I used to do that all the time because I felt like I had to care about them and be their best friend when you don't. You just have to be interested in what's going on. Like, be interested in them, but don't, like, take over the whole conversation with something else. And if that seems to start happening, then just kind of veer back on to the topic. Or else you'll waste all night talking to somebody about something that's not pushing your business forward. And, like, it's like, pointless for you and them, okay? So, ask about their family, ask about their kids. Keep it short. Keep it quick. Be like, okay, boom. How many questions? What questions do you have for me? And then they'll say, okay, like, how much is it to get started? And how much do you make? And, like, what do you have to do to build a team? Okay, so I'm going to answer those for you. If you guys, I wish I could see the comments, and you guys could ask me some objections you've had, and I'll try to answer them. But I'm just not that cool. Sorry, guys. I hate this comment thing on my phone. Okay, so if they're like, those are their questions, 55 to sign up. I'll be like, oh, okay, awesome. Those are great questions. It's 55 to sign up. It's refundable. So it's like literally risk-free. And then I say, I don't offer the flip party unless they ask about it, okay? So, but I always do offer the flip party at some point. Hold on really quick. Let me grab him. Okay, so then say, okay, it's 55 to sign, it's totally refundable, so it's like literally no risk. Once you sign on, you instantly get 20% off, which is great if you're wanting a discount. Now, if you're thinking of making a business out of it, I always recommend ordering in bulk, because when you order in bulk, you get 50% off. Then they say, okay, yeah, definitely. I definitely want to order in bulk. And then I'm like, because I would way rather make 50% on the exact same product than making 20% on. They're like, oh yeah, definitely. That's a much smarter business move. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, so what is ordering in bulk? And I'm like, okay, so ordering in bulk, it rounds out to about $350, $400. And they're like, oh my gosh. Actually, no. Depending on their reaction is where I go from there. If they're like, okay, that's a lot of money, then I'm like, oh my gosh, I know, girl, like, seriously, it is a lot of money, especially for, like, a stay-at-home mom. Like, I felt the same way when they told me that. And they're like, yeah, we just never did that. I'm like, I know. So here's the idea. Here's the thing. Don't let that scare you, because I've been doing these flip parties with the girls on my team where it's basically like you host a Facebook party for me and I'll help you do all the posts. I'll get you at like, I gotta get him, sorry. So then I'll be like, it's just like a Facebook like party. I'm sure you see them where you host, you invite your friends, I'll coach you through it. Then you take pre-orders, and then once you get the money for those pre-orders, you turn around and place your order. Like, it literally costs you nothing out of your pocket. And they're like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, seriously, we've had such great success on our team. Like, 9 out of 10 girls usually sell that 300 PV. If they, like, apply themselves at all, I would say maybe 8 out of 10. And they're like, oh my gosh, it sounds like such a great idea. And then you can tell they're, like, thinking. I'm like, yeah, like, we could totally get you on the schedule, like, next week. Okay. It's always like, I need to talk to my husband. I'm always like, oh, that's awesome. Me and my husband are the same way. We talk about everything. I think it's a really good idea. I would just definitely remind you to tell him that it's literally no risk. Like, it's $50 down, money back guarantee. If you hate it in a month, you can return it. You're not going to hate it because you're going to be amazing at this. You are going to, like, love our team. And, like, don't make this stuff up. Like, I don't say that to distributors that I don't think are going to be amazing at it. Though, you know what I mean? Like, don't lie. But encourage them. Like, if you think they're going to be a good distributor, tell them that. Like, I'm like, girl, you can totally do this. Like, literally anyone can do this who's willing to put a little bit of work in. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Sorry. He's, like, not been sleeping, and I have not slept through the night in, like, 5 days, and I'm just, like, dying. Okay, let's see what else. Let them do the talking. Next, you guys, ask everyone. I am telling you, if you don't ask everyone, somebody's going to sign under somebody else because you didn't ask, and they're going to become some crazy, amazing distributor that could have been on your team, that built your team up, and you miss it because you didn't ask. So here's how I go about asking. Trust me, as soon as anyone buys a lipstick, I want to ask, but I don't always do that. Depending on how the conversation goes, like, you guys know what I mean. Like, there's some people are like, oh yeah, I want this lipstick. Can you send me the invoice? Done. Like, they want it done. And on my form, you guys should have this too. On my order form, I have, are you interested in becoming a distributor? Are you interested in hosting a party? They fill it out. So then if they are, that opens up right away. I know they're interested. If they fill it out and they say they're interested, boom. I message them back. Hey girl, I sent you your invoice. I cannot wait for you to get these colors. I noticed that you said you were interested in becoming a distributor, and I would love to talk more details with you. Why don't you come up with, oh crap, what a thumbs up. I'm so freaking loud. I'll be like, why don't you come up with your top 5 questions on like what it becomes, and I do that whole thing. Like, I could talk to you about it forever, blah, 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 blah. And my new thing is, I like to get them on the phone. I'm like, okay, come up with your next 5 questions, and like, I don't mind answering the questions in a messenger. We usually talk that day then. Then I'll be like, let's have a one-on-one. Like, no pressure, but I just want to make sure that you fully understand what goes into this, okay? Things not to say. Don't ever say, like, it's so easy, you'll make money, it's like the easiest thing in the world, because it's not. Like, it is, I think it is simple, but it is time consuming, okay? So do not say, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy, like, no problem. I always tell them, like, I recommend giving it a 6-month commitment, because you're not gonna be able to make up your mind within 6 months. And it does take work, but it's fun work. And our team, it's like hot in here. I'll be like, our team is seriously so much fun. Another thing you can stress, like, especially because so many teams are growing so fast, it's important to stress what our team has to offer. A couple things that people love. Number 1, be like, our team, you qualify for 5 uplines incentives. I always tell them this. I'm like, you guys, I'm talking like serious incentives. You can win like $150. You can win gift cards. You can win leggings. You can win jewelry. You get sent stuff. I got this necklace from Kelsey for ranking. I need to send her a thank you for that. I love it. That's like huge. People are like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's like Christmas at my house every month, you guys. It's so much fun. They're like, oh, that's really cool. I'm like, they're like giving you gifts for building your own business and reaching your own goals. And they're always like, oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. The next thing is trainings. Right now, a lot of teams are not offering trainings. We have a boatload of trainings. We have quick start program training. That's just for flip parties and launching your party. We have 21 basics. We have lip gloss training between me, Alex, and Get Gloss with Me. Alex does trainings. Desiree does trainings. Kelsey does trainings. Ashley does trainings. Jerry does trainings. Like, there's so many trainings. Like, I gotta get her. Shawnee's still sleeping. Sorry, you guys. I wanted this call to be short, but it's actually getting a little bit longer. I'm just going to do a couple more things here. Hey, cutie. Okay, yeah, you can put your shoes on. So make sure to tell them, even if they're like, okay, I just need to think about it. I always leave them with, awesome, I totally understand. Talk to your husband. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want, I can get you on a call with myself and my upline just so you can ask any questions you want. And then I'm like, and just so you know, our team, what really sets us apart is that we have so many trainings and support to offer. Like literally, you guys, I don't care who's watching this. If you're in any of my downlines, I will do a one-on-one call or a three-way call with anyone at any time. We will figure out a time. I will talk to them. I know Alex would do the same. Like, we want them to be supported. So tell them, like, oh my gosh, like my upline Colleen, she's been doing this for a while. She's been building a team. She said she'd jump on a call with us. Or her upline, Alex. I know Alex would jump on a call with us. Let's all get on a call and we can answer your questions together, okay? So don't feel alone. If you don't know how to answer these questions like I am and you need more time, first of all, rewatch this video. Write down the objections people are giving you. Practice, rehearse what they're saying to you and what you're going to say back to them, okay? And have an answer for everything. And you guys, failing forward, I'm telling you, the only way you're going to get better at this is doing it. Like, yeah, I signed a group of distributors, but do you know how many people didn't sign with me? Do you know how many people told me no, didn't answer me, thought I was crazy because I literally was like shaking them, like, you need to do this. We're going to be qualified in like a second, and scared them away, okay? So the only way you're going to do it is to just do it, okay? I hope this is helpful. This little guy is refusing to sleep. Look how tired he is. It's just the worst. And as for this little one, you want to come say hi? You don't want to say hi? She's so stubborn. Okay, I love you guys. I will try to answer questions as soon as I can. I think I got it all out of my system. Let me know any questions on recruiting. Have a good day.